Same time, look at it. It's at the same time. The issue is what happens. The issue is what happens when we go in. And unfortunately, Crows, you just isolate yourself. Like, it's difficult, but you know, you always want to be behind. But you've just run into them. And you're the only one on this right side, unfortunately. So we just need to be, I mean, it's hard. It's, you know, that's happened in 1 or 2 seconds, but it's that thing of one, not being the first through, letting the tanks go first, and then trying to follow them. And then they get a big nade off, which really sucks. And you could say is my fault. But yeah, you just get flashed and stunned. You've like Hanzo's very late, which is bad. We need to be going through faster. But once you're through, wait for the tanks. And then, like, he's gone for his all along the wall, but it's behind our team, so I don't know, ideally drop and then, you know, on the round here or just on the floor even. Because it's just unfortunate you get flashed and stunned and then we lose. I mean, that's the point. His turrets are quite good because they're all getting rid of the TP. Same thing with Olive, really, just isolating. I'm not sure. Yourself over there. You want to kind of be around behind your, because like, see, this is great positioning, poor positioning. And I think after those two are dead, I kind of realised that it's done, so I'm out of there. It's over with. Don't feed any more ult charge. It's a nice pick on the exit, but I miss. Anyway, we do come back from this, and that's, you know, that's just the first lost fight, which is fine. And this is just miscommunication. I mean, in what world? We now have the Ana, which is good because we have the anti, but in what world do you think do we want to TP right into the middle of them? When they have turrets set up, we don't know where. He can just, we know they have an Ana, he'll just literally nade it as soon as we walk through. It needs to be a surprise. So, I mean, it's just an unfortunate waste of time, but yeah, I don't know in what world you think we would want to be TPing straight to point. We want to flank. So anyway, all of this is whatever. It's just, yeah, you see, he naded it straight away. It's just like, I don't know in what universe you think that's a good idea. But it's communication, miscommunication, not understanding. But it does waste about 30–40%. Which is a shame. Because it could have been a lot closer. You know. Really don't want to waste your nade on yourself like that, ideally. Hopefully you have it back in time. But it was a positional thing from Black. You're just lingering. Just need to be a bit faster and better at staying clumped together when you're playing a brawl. And what we do here is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. It's just a shame it didn't happen 30 seconds ago. Because, yeah, we come in and we catch the great stun, we kill him. He's dead. Now these, you immediately just waste all of your you know, turrets. And the other reason I wanted to do this is because I don't know how many turrets he has on cooldown, but he's got a few out, which means he probably only has... No, he has all 3 of them. That kind of sucks. It's because we wasted so much time. But if we'd got that next fight like I wanted, his turrets would have placed over here, and he'd only have like maybe one, if two, off cooldown to use. That's why I wanted to flank. But this, you've gone straight in and just run at them. Like, I kind of want to watch that again. That's not the play. You need to build up charge. Because look where his turrets are. This is why I wanted to TP around the side.
Teleporter online.
Good, you don't go first.
Sentry deployed.
Ah, you get hooked. Alright, my bad. What do I do? Because again, as I said in the Blizzard World 1, it's kind of my responsibility. It's on us not to get hooked, so you could have played more behind cover.
Time to raise my APM.
I should have flown. Yeah, I matrix, but there's a Ryan in my face, there's that in my own defense, you know. But I should have flown. I was matrixing, I should have flown and followed with you. And then I should have matrixed again. I don't. So it's kind of on me. It's kind of on me. But yeah, you see how nearly all of your turrets are all wasted. It's an excellent flank shatter from Myth. And this is all quite good positioning. Yeah, we get it, and we get the punish. So once you got a TP here, and once we're all here, there's not actually much point in leaving it there. I mean, yes, it can get people in, but they will just kill it. If they're smart, they would kill it. So you could destroy it and then replace it here if you like, or use it as a tool in the middle of the fight to TP behind, and then, you know, you can do a turret bomb. You know, you TP and throw the teleport, you know, put the turrets on the floor and then TP the turrets behind to the supports. And you can do that when you're just standing, you know, just put the turrets on the floor, TP to where the supports are, and then, you know, blink through and just fire off one right click charge if you want, and then come back to safety. It's much more useful like that than just leaving it up here. Once everyone's in the fight, it's not a good use of it to have it like that. So there's not much really say. Yeah, look, he just stands there and he kills it, so it's wasted. So we gotta watch for this. Don't know why I'm matrixing early, but you know, it's fine. Denying the angles, which is kind of what you want to do as the off tank, because you have the health to get it. I like this to deny them TPing through. Ideally, we'd focus and kill that. Crows, you're really far away. You're really far away. I mean, yeah, you're trying to shoot it down. But where are your turrets? So you've not thought about your turrets. You've not thought about your turrets this whole time. You have them, 3 of them. It's like you're not sure what to do. Yeah, okay, that should have been done earlier. That one's just, what is that? That turret was really bad. Yeah, those turrets are really bad. So your turrets are just, yeah, you can't hit anyone from that range. That's nice. Oh dear. That's nice. So, yeah, not sure when we lost this fight, but unfortunately we lost this fight. Anyway. That's hilarious, I don't know how you get killed. Oh, it's weird. It's the boop, but he gets credit with the sleep. Anyway. So yeah, we don't get nearly as many fights as we should. But, you know, this is a fantastic sleep. Unlucky on the shatter. But you know, this is 1. That's not a good charge. So I'm remeching, so I'm not in a position to help. But that's a very bad charge from Myth because he's just out of the fight. He's not able to do anything. But this right here, it's a 5v3. So we've won. So unfortunately, Olive, this is a really bad beat. Because look at your tanks. And even we get the kill. So it's a 5v2 now. So I don't know if this was called. If it was, then it's probably my fault. But, you know, you have to have the strength of conviction to say, now we don't need it. Because we really didn't need it. And we're going to regret that. Yeah, stay on that. So I'm not sure how we lose this. But that one of the things is that Lucio is just really annoying. So if we're keeping on this Pharah, I think the idea was the Lucio now switches. So there's something that gets missed. So I'm not sure, yeah. What happens? 'Cause something goes wrong.
Time to read my APM.
So the first thing I think I remember, you don't have a pocket, so you have to play quite safe. Playing on their side of the map is never a good idea. Always play on your side. You can get the same angle from here, and you're much safer. You know, because you could be like Vlad. I would run you here, poking in damage, because you'd have that barrage, and then we could nano barrage. You know. But because you're on this very aggressive on their side, because look where our supports and our team are here, and this is he can't do a lot there. He has to back away, but the McCree can do what he wants on this side because this is his spawn. So this is really bad, and it's just good of him. He gets all 3 shots, but it's really bad positioning by you. And I spot him, but it's too late. And that's really, really unfortunate. And this is my fault. Oh, it's not here. It's later. That's also unfortunate. But yeah, this happens. You have to watch your positioning as well, Crows. Because I think you do get pushed. But here, I would be going into this room. I wouldn't be, again, it's this kind of, you're on their spawn side, but you're rotating onto their spawn side. It's not a good idea. Go into the room. That'll protect you. You had this cover to do it, and you had the shield to do it. Rotate round. Safety. Healers. Either. But you isolate yourself. This is a huge shatter. Like, this was already lost if it wasn't for this. Nice nade. But yeah, I mean, like, how do we lose this? How the hell do we lose this? It's my bad. That's my bad. That's unfortunate. I don't know how we lose this. But for sure, Black, if you're switching, you're coming back from spawn. It was never the plan that you were supposed to be the Mercy. Never ever. That was the plan for Olive. So if you're coming back from spawn, Mercy is never the pick. In this instance, you want to get back fast. The Lucio's already taken, so you take Moira. That's it. There's no other choice. Moira. Because if you come back as Moira, there's an option. Yeah, it was a bit late as well. So, it's a small thing, but the only time you want to use your stun is really for his heal. And the only time other than that is if he stuns or if he hooks a squishy and you can cancel the follow-up with the stun. Then it's worth. But on a tank, it's not worth. It's a good kill. Good use of cover. But yeah, you wanted to save that afterwards. And then you really want to be in somewhere safe to... Oh, I would have used it straight away. You would have got the... Nice, but yeah, you would have got the whoever was over there, the Tracer or the Lucio, I think. Anyway, so yeah. That's just something really weird with the interaction with the Rhine. He fucked up my flight. There's not much more to say about that. And there's not really much more to say about this round. It's over, but it was very close. I want to review this one anyway, because there are issues with it. Even though we won, there are issues. Which, you know, for another game, for another team, you know, it might not be the same. So this is good, but don't use them all. Don't use all of your turrets, Crows. Like 2 in one place, and then you could have held one, or put it down here, or like here, or just somewhere else. You want one in reserve to react, because if you put them all down there, and then they just rotate around this way, these turrets are useless. Yes, they deny the flank, but they're useless. So don't use them all. Don't use them all in one location. 2 would be fine. But anyway, this is all fine. But yeah, the only other thing is whoever is now on main tank, we want to maintain this high ground. Like, yes, we want to contest them, but here would be fine. Here is fine. We've still got the high ground. We're stopping them. We can do a lot of damage to them if they choose to come in. And then, you know, if they do what Diana's doing, if they rotate through here, this is fine. We don't need to run at them. The Rhine just stands here, or at the most here for cover when his shield goes down, and the rest of our team is on the high ground just shooting into them, and then we can look for flanks. So that's a simple thing, but you know, anyway, our comp is superior, and they realize it. So he doesn't get the hook, but you'll see in this, maybe the Zarya is the play because it's easier to bubble people from range. But my plan in this is I'm just holding. I'm holding the bubbles. I don't give many at all to Mythical. I miss it when he gets charged, but so this is all good. They can't really do much. Got these checking these angles constantly, and we're holding this high ground. Myth is in a bit deep, which is why he gets pinned. So again, I just want him to be here. There's no reason to be any further. Just here, just here, just here. No reason to be anywhere else. Because now it's open for them. Yes, they're putting themselves at risk, but it's a risk that they can take because they can. And also, look, he goes around and takes the high ground. So these are some good players that we're playing against. They do smart things. And we're doing unsmart things by exposing ourselves. Anyway, right, this is all clean up fine. These turrets are much better, although you can kill them rather easily. Again, looking for the flank. But it's very aggressive, bubbled. Crow's bit in deep. Yes, you want to charge after Rhine. You're lucky to be alive. He's trapped. I see that, which is why I bubble you so you can finish the kill, Olive. But then you need to be out. Nice, this is all good. good. Look at that. The bubble to deny the hook. To deny the hook combo. A lovely counter shatter. This is all capture percentage for us. Right. So now this annoys me. Because with what we're playing and with what they're playing, we should be like, you know, you don't want to be near there necessarily, but we should be up here. You can use this for cover when the Rhine steps to the side. But yes, we should be here. The Rhine should be here. I should be here and coming with him, you know, on the same side, or possibly on an off angle. We should not. You guys fall back here. This is very bad. We just allow them to come in for free. Anyway, Crows, I'm not sure why you went that way, but I quite like what you're doing. In terms of, I mean, they saw that come across. Better to put it there. But I like the idea of you putting maybe a turret or two here to deny this. Because if you do that, that will slow them down, so that gives us time to react. Because the only way that they can get through this with what we're running, you know, we window fire straight, we just kill them all. We could do so many things here. I grab on this corner, mythical, the Rhine swings in through the hammer, you know. We shouldn't be allowing them through. This is very stupid. Black, you know, in here. Again, you have this as cover. Vlad, here, you have this as cover, just spamming the choke down. And we can have a TP set up to get us back to point, because you should have destroyed it ages ago. The only way that they beat this is by TPing past us, which I would react to. We would say, okay, now we need to fall back. Or if they manage to get past us here, but hence I said, you know, the idea of if we're up close, we can react and we can either choose to fight them or we can do what we did and rotate around. But we should not be allowing them in so easily. You know, we could, if they come through here, we could window in this doorway and just kill them. Anyway, basically, I don't like how far back you guys are. It makes me nervous, and I have to back up. And I'm like, you know, we should be holding the choke. Because look, if we were here, one, they wouldn't have even been able to do that. But we just allowed them to walk through. They didn't even have to go round. We just allowed them in. Should not be how we play this comp when they don't have a Symmetra. But anyway, we've allowed them in. You know. So we rotate, which is fine. I mean, or we could just speed and come behind them. We could bait this and come behind them. But, you know, what happens is fine. But what happens here is not fine. Because Black, this is bad. You should not be here. You should be under here with us. We knew that they were up there. We knew the Mikuri was called. But, yeah. They go for this crazy long rotation, which is really bad. But honestly, this Doomfist, look, I'll show you what happens with him. You should be dead. He does the very poor non-honing slam. So it could be interrupted if we had someone to interrupt it. But you're alone. You've isolated yourself. So he gets a full 123 combo on you. You should be dead. If he hits his follow-up shots, you're dead. Also, if he punches you, you're dead. The immortality is wasted. Don't self-immortality. It's not worth it. We need it for other stuff. And the solution was simply you not standing there. But look, he misses all his shots. And he fucks up his punch. Look, he's punching. Doesn't do anything. So you should be dead. Me as Doomfist, you're dead there. And it's because of your positioning. And then because of that, there's no follow-up or there's no help for the rest of the team. You've wasted immortality on yourself. When really, you could have used your immortality to save me here. Because I mean, I don't know what Crows is doing. Everyone just did all the wrong things because, you know, everyone's all over the place. And then you're in a bad position. So I mean, it was all self-inflicted, Black, from you. I mean, this is so risky, Crows. Good dodge on the hook, though. It's a very good turn of the shield from Mythical. Very good turn of the shield. Look, because see what happens here? Actually, Crows does take a bit of damage, but you know, Meteor Strike is so shit unless you're literally standing in here. But it blocks all the damage. Shields block the damage for some reason. That's weird. Positioning. It's just the Roadhog thing. Cover. Be around cover. You dodged it last time very well, but then you left yourself in the open. So yeah, the main thing about this map is I just don't like that we didn't push aggressively, and I don't like what you did, Black. Other than that, this round was really, you know, very one-sided. So this was, I mean, this was just ill-conceived. If we're running the pharmacy, we don't want a Symmetra. You could use Symmetra to TP out of spawn, but if we're doing pharmacy in future, no sim. It makes no sense. A McCree or something, you know. To be honest, with it turns out what they're running, we just want more spam. So yeah, or we should have run the same comp and just got there first. And again, it's I think we used the amp to get there first. Anyway, it was well, you know, you followed the call when we saw it. It's like, okay, you're there late, don't TP. And we do this really well. For some reason, he doesn't come out. I think he just comes out of spawn late. So we punish him, which is great. So we get our first pick.
The objective is now active.
And then Vlad gets the second pick. It's great. So here it is. Watch this. Watch this. My reaction. It's there. Did you see it eat? It ate some damage, but just not all of it, and some of the scrap. It, you know, very frustrating. Very frustrating. But anyway, it's that thing of standing in a position, and yeah, it's late, and now it's wasted. Ideally, the off tank should catch that. It's not a good use of mortality because that's an incredibly long cooldown. I mean, it is first fight, so it's not too bad. But his hook comes off cooldown in like 7 seconds or 8 seconds or whatever. Your immortality is like 30 seconds, so it's not a good trade of abilities. But in this, basically, the sim is just bad. We just shouldn't be playing sim, and we just need to poke them. We have picks, so the charge should be good. But we failed to realise that the McCree is coming back. And I'm going in. But basically, it's indecision. We're not pushing fast enough. We do need to be a bit more aggressive when we have those 2 picks. Once we've got those 2 picks, we need to be getting in there. Or we need to be like, okay, the McCree's... We need to remember, okay, the McCree's coming back from spawn. Let's rush the McCree. Because we were so slow. To be honest, we probably could have done that. Yeah, we probably could have done that because the picks were coming in so slow. We just allow Hanzo on, you know, Vlad to keep poking damage in. They've got no matrix. They've got nothing to deal with it, and we just go and kill the. But you know, Myth's charged in, so there's no way we could have done that. So we all need to be more aware. Because it's difficult here, of course. You don't necessarily want to push in Black because this Roadhog is still a problem. So we should have gone and dealt with him. So it's messy, and then he just fully deletes my mech. And that turret is still there, and then this is just embarrassing because it's turret kills me. And they get away with all this bollocks. And then Olive, you're in a world of trouble. You've got to stay outside. So this, you know, this just sucks. This just really sucks. And we waste so much time again. But we shouldn't be running the sim. The sim we should have switched. With the pharmacy we never should have run it in the first place. But we should have switched by now. Because we're not TP, we can't do what we did last time, TP on a flank. It's too risky. One, you can get booped too easily. But two, it's just not an it's not as easy as a point to do that. And we're not running a brawl. We're running this weird poke, not brawl. It's just wrong, basically. The sim doesn't fit. Now this is a bit egregious. I don't know why we're so far out. We're waiting for the picks again to come through. Not even sure where they are. Yeah, they're just up here. But yeah, you can see us both, but you just don't look at me ever. You just don't look at me. And like I just assumed, I don't know why we're standing out here. We want to take some space, use this. But yeah, I didn't get any healing that whole time. And of course, it's way too late. And again, the Amora is wasted. It's unlucky. It's worth a YOLO. Misses the hook, which is good because we, you know, this is it. We're covering these angles, but I lost my mech because of, you know, of that what happened earlier, which means he's got a free whole hog. So this is just over, and then these are just staggered deaths, and another kind of usage of the immortality, which I can't remember. I think you do live, which is good, so that's well done. But those are a problem. And then this was just, you know, we had 5 ultimates, but we just very poorly used them. Unfortunately. That was, if that was 1 second later, something might happen. But then he just gets a great flank. There's not much we can do about it, you know. What happened to my bomb? What the shit? Did my bomb go through the TP? Oh my god. I didn't know that would happen. I thought you had to press something for that to happen. That was hilarious. Well, that was obviously unintentional. Anyway, yeah, so there were lots of things that went wrong. Lots of things that went wrong in this.